Very good morning, it's Penuel the Black Pen, greeting you guys on this gloomy day in Johannesburg. My favorite weather, of course, but you know, we've been dealing with hot weather and now it just gets cold all of a sudden. Yesterday I got an amazing book in the post from a gentleman by the name of Patrick Lonwabo Kulati, who has spoken to me over the past couple of days, telling me that he'd love for me to read his book. He'd love for us to connect, and he'd love for me to share any of the learnings that I've gotten from this book with you guys. This is the book. It's called A Gap in the Cloud: Turning Tragedies into Triumphs. A story of leadership, resilience, and resourcefulness in the face of adversity. In this installment of the book, you will learn how to expect crises and learn how to deal with them, identify and embrace life-giving values, learn how to make key life decisions effectively, develop your capacity to be resilient in the face of trials, improve your leadership competency skills to navigate crises, develop a strong support structure before you go through crises. As a person who's had to battle cancer, you know, at a time when the company chairman told him that he should shut down his business, he has learned firsthand how to overcome adversity, how to fight and how to win and turn tragedies into triumphs, as his book says. Just a word on Patrick Kulati himself. He has led international NGOs, such as serving as the CEO for the International Council for Local Environmental Initiatives in Africa, as the CEO for the Paraffin Safety Association of Southern Africa, as the CEO of Habitat for Humanity SA, and currently the National Director CEO for SOS Children's Villages in South Africa. And this is for children that are orphans and that are struggling. And I know, because he has told me personally, that some of the contributions or some of the money from this book will go to some of those children under the SOS Children's Villages. Patrick is also the founder of Kulati Coaching and Consulting and the Black Man's Coach. To find out more about how he can help you with your coaching needs, visit his website, www.kulaticoaching.com. I'll paste the link at the bottom so that you can contact him and so that you can order this book from him and use it to learn how to overcome obstacles and hurdles in your life, something that we're constantly dealing with. I want to say thank you very much, Patrick, for the book. I look forward to reading it. I look forward to meeting you as well soon. I've received so many books this year from various people. I haven't had a chance to read all of them, but as I read them, I will share some of the knowledge and the learnings with you guys. And I'll constantly keep sending a shout out to everyone who's added value to my life. Noxim Teto on Twitter DM'd me 2 weeks ago, hearing that I'm going to Durban, and she said she just wanted to contribute a little bit to the Penulist and to the work that I'm doing. And she sent me some money. I think it may have been last week. And she said she didn't really want me to mention her, but she said if it's going to help other people understand that there are people sending me money, sending me resources so that I can travel, so that I can do things for certain Penulists. I mean, as I go to Durban, I'm hoping to buy a few people maybe something to drink, maybe something to eat, connect with you guys. I'm going to be donating some of the Penulism principles coming soon to Penulists, to hardcore Penulists. I think it's time that I take some of the money that I'm making and then I donate some of these books so that people can be uplifted and inspired and spread the message to other people as well. So to Mam Teto, thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate it. And I look forward to taking this money that you've given me and paying it forward to uplift other people as well so that we can build a better world. The Penwell Show released yesterday. The Virtual Mkuku with myself, DJ Sbu, and Zamalek Giza released yesterday. A conversation of myself and DJ Sbu about Queen Elizabeth was released on the new Virtual Mkuku channel. For those of you who have not seen it, the Hustlers Corner is currently on over 130,000 subscribers. The Virtual Mkuku channel is over 3,000 subscribers, and I'm going to be pushing that channel to grow because that's going to be my baby. And if I can try and get it to maybe 10,000, I hope 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, I'll be very thankful. So let's grow the Penwell Show, which has over 12,000 subscribers. Let's grow the new Virtual Mkuku platform to try and get to 10,000 subscribers. So on the Penwell Show, I had a conversation with Rob Hersoff, a billionaire and philanthropist in South Africa, one of the descendants of the Hersoff family and legacy in South Africa. And one of the conversations we had there was this concept of mentorship. I mentioned that Johan Rupert, having sat with Given Mkari at the chairman's, I don't know what it's called, the chairman's something, chairman's report or the chairman's meeting or whatever the case may be, a couple of years ago. And Johan Rupert had extended a hand and said, look, if Given can get young black people that are passionate and are hardworking into a room, he can get some of his older, white, rich friends to come in and create a mentorship structure. And I posed it as a challenge to Rob Hersov in that sit down that if he is keen, because he's got a very vast international network, would he be willing to do something similar? And he said, yes, definitely. So since people have watched the episode, I've gotten a lot of DMs. A lot of DMs of people saying, Penal, I want you to mentor me. Penal, how can I sit with Rob Hersov and get him to mentor me? How can I be part of those platforms? It's very tough. It's very tough. And I can't give you a straight answer currently, but I want to say this. Since my profile has grown somewhat this year, I've been receiving a lot of DMs. I've spoken about it before in a couple of videos. Hundreds of WhatsApp messages a day, hundreds of DMs on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram every day, hundreds of comments on YouTube videos, on TikTok videos, on Facebook videos every single day, and a couple of emails that I receive on the various email accounts that I have. So I get a lot of communication every day from various people looking to get on the Virtual Nkuku, looking to get on the Hustlers Corner, looking to meet DJ Sbu, looking to meet me, looking to find out how they can get funding, looking to get counseling because they have personal issues that they're going through. And now there's this new thing. It's hard. It's tough. I have to tell you personally, for me, it's tough. I used to respond to every DM, but it's become practically impossible. Practically impossible for me to respond to every single DM, even if it's someone that's crying out for help. I only have so much capacity, and I am hoping that as I grow my Penalist network, I can get more of you guys to volunteer to be able to deal with some of these things, whether it's people going through depression. If you have the capacity, or maybe you are being funded by government or other private entities to counsel people with depression or some other mental illness, maybe I can then refer them to you and you can become one of the partners that I work with. If you deal with funding, whether in your private capacity, whether you're working for a financial institution like a bank, or whether you're working for a government agency like the Gauteng Enterprise Propeller, the NEF, the National Empowerment Fund, CIFA, the NYDA, as an example. Maybe you work for those institutions that are for government and you can help people. I'm hoping you will reach out to me, and then every time people are looking for funding for their small businesses, I can then refer them to you, and we can see what value exchange that you guys as your institutions may give me so I can carry on doing this work. And I'm hoping that we can host certain talks where I invite some of these people from funding agencies to come and explain what they struggle with when they get applications. Are the applications up to scratch? Do people really know what they're doing in running a business? Do they know what's needed? So that you guys can gain value and so that they can gain value and be able to dispense needed funding for small businesses. And now we're speaking mentorship, and mentorship is tough because it's a very energy time training exercise, and a person can only mentor so many people. Rob Hersov said he'd love to mentor a lot of people, but he can't mentor 100 people. It's impractical. So for you guys to send just a DM and say, Penal, I want to be mentored. Guys, unfortunately, it's not enough. I'm really sorry to tell you that, but it's not enough. I'll start here. Let's speak about funding. If you're looking for funding for your startup, for your idea, this is where you start. You speak to your family members, your mom, your dad, your siblings, cousins, uncles, aunts, grandparents, and you pitch your idea to them and you ask them 100 Rand, 1,000 Rand, 10,000 Rand, and you get them to invest in your business as a startup, and you begin building up. You do the same with your friends, whoever your friends may be. It could be a romantic partner, it could be your husband, your wife. Get them to invest in your business at startup phase. Once you've gotten that little bit of funding, then you document. I've managed to raise 5,000 Rand, I've managed to raise 10,000 Rand from family, from friends, and this is what I've done with it. I've bought equipment, I've set up a company, I've done these things, I've bought uniform, I've bought tools. And then you start doing a little bit of work and you document that via social media, and you have videos, and you create an Instagram, YouTube, TikTok account showing the work that you are doing. And then you use that to begin pitching to other people. And you begin putting together financial statements so that by the time I get you in a room with funders, you already have something to show them. You're not just saying, oh, I have this cool idea, you know, if I could just get funding. No, show that you've started where you are with what you have. You might have a little bit of money, you might have a job. Use your pay slip. Go get a loan, go get a credit card, go get an overdraft. Maybe you have savings. Take your savings and start that little business. and then grow from there and go to the next levels. By the time you get to me, you get to us, you've got a portfolio of evidence. This is the business I've been running. I've sold 2,000 units. I've pushed this much. I've met these people at a lower level. I would now like to go to higher levels. By the way, I'd like to send a shout out to a mate, Loyiso Manga, from the Eastern Cape, who has now gotten his olive oil, Ubuntu olive oil, into Woolworths. I met him this year in Cape Town, and we spoke. We had mutual friends, guys that went to grade PE. Abo Jabu Cholo as an example, Abo Sisamafu. And he spoke about how he's trying to get his olive oil into Woolworths, and he's finally gotten it right. And I want to say congratulations to Loyiso Mang. So Loyiso can now mentor other kids that want to get their goods into Woolies. I won't mentor you. Rob Airsoft won't mentor you. Kulufelo Maponya 2U Foods won't mentor you. But Loyiso can, because he is still moving in that space. There are people below him that have only started manufacturing and creating things now, and they can mentor you. Not me, and not someone higher. You guys have to remember that there are levels in life. If I want to play soccer for a junior Kaizer Chiefs team, it doesn't help me to go and meet Cristiano Ronaldo and go and meet Pep Guardiola, for example. You need to find someone at lower levels and work your way up. Sending a DM is not good enough. What have you done? Who can you show that can speak and say, Pen, I know this kid. He's made 100,000, he's made 500,000, he's made 2 million. I think it's time to take him to the next level so he can make 10 million, 50 million, 100 million, or go global. Fundamentally important. Theo Baloy, Likao, as an example, when they started Drip and Batu, they were starting from the boot of their cars, from their homes. And they went around selling out the boot of their cars, delivering to people, building a case study, so that by the time they met funders, they could already say, I've pushed 5,000, 10,000 units. I've got a Facebook page with 10,000 followers. I've got YouTube channels where I've sat with people in my hood and they've spoken about the quality of my goods and my content and my service. And then we can start listening to you. It is not enough to be a young 20-year-old saying, Pen, I've got a great idea. Please mentor me. Pen, I've got a great idea. Please introduce me to this billionaire. You're going to be wasting my time. You're going to be wasting their time. You're going to be wasting your time. Start with where you are, start with what you have, and build a case study for your things. And then from there, we can build from there. I'm hoping that as I network with more people, I will find people at the right stages, and we can have email addresses or links or spaces where you guys can go to. If you're a kid with an idea, where do I go? You go maybe to this WhatsApp group, you go to this Telegram group, you go to this page and you pitch your idea, and you let people crucify it. You maybe make a YouTube video like Dragon's Den, or the Shark Tank, and say, hi guys, it's Penuel the Black Pen. I've got this business idea. I've written a book. My book is about XYZ. I'm looking to sell the book at this price. Why should people buy my book? For this reason, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then from there, you're like, guys, please comment and tell me what you thought of my pitch. Please tell me how you think I can improve on my product or my service. And you take it from there and you grow. You use social media, people crucify. Some people listen to your pitch and say, hey, I like your idea. I'd like you to send you 100 Rand, 500 Rand. And we crowdfund in that way. I've set up WhatsApp groups that have graduated into Stockfells with people in the group fundraising money. We buy assets, we start a business, and we grow from there. It can't always be that you're going to play the lottery and meet a billionaire that just likes you. It doesn't work like that. You have to put in the work. You have to meet people at the levels, and you have to grow. That's fundamentally important. I will speak to Rob. I think what Rob and I are looking for are high-powered entrepreneurs, business people, politicians or people in politics, social entrepreneurs and other such people. So for example, someone like Nhlanhla Lux and Ian Cameron, Tutuzane Zuma, we can plug in with Rob on a local level, continental and global level, and see if we can raise 10 million, 50 million, 100 million at that level. You're looking for 5,000, 10,000. We're not the people for you. Your family is the people for you. You're looking for 100,000, 500,000. Maybe you need to plug into a government institution. So how do we help you get to the NYDA, to CIFA? There are incubation hubs. Alan Ray's and Ray's Corp, great incubation hub. Fatidus, I think his name is Pavlo. I could be wrong. Fatidus, great incubation hub as well. There's a gentleman, I just forgot, it's got an African name. There's another great incubation hub. I think if you search incubation hubs on YouTube, not on YouTube, on Google, Incubation Hub South Africa, you might find them. I know the Branson Center of Entrepreneurship used to be in Bloemfontein, it's gone. We need more incubation hubs. I was visiting the Durban University of Technology, DUT, Utusiswam de Untogozo Ngobo, who is running the entrepreneurship incubation hub called InnoBiz at DUT, and they are doing amazing work. There are hubs that can train you how to draft a business plan, how to pitch your business, where to go for funding, how to make sure that your product stands out, how to make sure that your service is world-class, etc. I will try and plug you into those spaces. I may not do it now, but I'm working on it. Keep following up with me. Show up when I'm somewhere. Push comments. Make online videos to tell us what you're doing. If I'm getting 20 people telling me the same story, Pen, you should see this kid. Pen, you should see what this chick is doing. That means you're making waves out there. There's an entrepreneur, a great businessman that I'm going to be sitting down with soon, Kandani Msibi of 360, who is passionate about investing in young businesses and young entrepreneurs. DJ Sbu himself invests in young entrepreneurs and young business people. And they're just two examples. Kulufelo Maponya is an example. I know someone like Ulungisa Chele. I've got people that can fund you, but you must have something of value. We're not doing it as charity. We're not donating because, oh, you're a poor, cute little black girl who has a dream. It's not enough. You have to take yourself seriously. You have to take yourself seriously, and we'll try and plug you in the right spaces. I just wanted to say that. Go and watch the episode with myself and Rob Hersof. Go watch the episode with myself and Kulufelo Maponya. Go watch the virtual Mkuku with myself and DJ Sbu. Let's connect and let's build a better South Africa. I'll chat to you guys soon on my way to Durban to go and meet with the panelists there. And then I'm going to be meeting with some of my followers in Johannesburg come end of the month. Pen you all the black pen. Stay warm, stay safe, stay working hard. Use the internet to tell your story and to catch my attention. And that's how we'll sit down and connect together. Patrick Kulati. I'll send you guys the details below. Thank you very much. Cheers.